Hey, closet dwellers. This is a special edition of the Coming Out Lounge, and it happens to be April the 21st. And I'm coming to you to ask a special favor. But before I get to the special favor, I wanted to talk a little bit. Well, not just talk, I wanted to rant a little bit. You see, as many of you know, if you've been listening to the podcast, my book, Frankly, My Dear, I'm Gay, just recently came out. It's been received very well, and I'm getting some wonderful compliments, and I feel so warm and excited and blessed that this message is getting out there into the world. And as any author knows, sometimes you get really great stuff said about you, and then other times you don't. And I haven't gotten too beat up yet, but there's been a few negative comments, mostly from people who don't understand that at the time that I was hiding who I was and not living my truth, that was just what you did. There wasn't much of an option to be anything other than hiding in the closet. And as the book has come out and I've shared my story and I've started to talk more and more on different stages, I continue to, I get some feedback from time to time of, is this story really necessary to tell? Is this book really necessary to read? And I wish I could say no. No, it's not necessary. But now more than ever, it is necessary. For those of you here in the U.S., you know that the political landscape right now, everything is up for grabs, including LGBT rights, including our right to be married, including our right to have families, including our rights to be treated as equals in humanity. And so to that, I want to say first and foremost, this book is necessary until equality is equality for all. Secondly, I wanted to say that yes, this conversation is still needed. People are still hiding in closets. People are still entering into marriages because of family pressure and because of religious beliefs and because this is what society says we're supposed to be doing. Just in the last week, I've had conversations with a 52-year-old woman and a 70-year-old man who are ready to take the big, bold, brave step of coming out. Now, it's not just the older generation I'm having these conversations with. In fact, in the last month, I've actually had a conversation with a 26-year-old man who is going to enter into a marriage because he knows this is what his family expects from him. And this is a young, well-educated man who's just gotten out of college, landed his first great job, and he's still making the conscious choice because of pressure, because of beliefs. So yes, if you ask me, is this book still necessary? It is absolutely necessary because until we don't have to have that conversation anymore of why is someone climbing into the closet, then this message is necessary. And finally, I want to say that I feel, and this is just my perspective, that these conversations and the things that I bring up in my book are still necessary because until there is no shame and guilt associated around anything about sexual orientation or sexual practices, and I'm not talking just about whether you're gay or straight or lesbian or bisexual, until those conversations are no longer associated with shame and guilt, then this work still needs to happen. The shows like the Coming Out Lounge need to happen. The magazines like Advocate and Out need to happen. The conferences and the advocacy that HRC and GLAAD and GLSEN, all those things need to happen. The PFLAG chapters and the PFLAG meetings that are happening across the country, they need to happen until there is no more shame and guilt about someone saying, this is who I am. But this isn't just a gay and lesbian conversation. This is about all of us being able to say, this is who I am. In fact, what I'm most proud about at this point is I'm having the opportunities to stand and talk, not only on my podcast, but in groups and in front of audiences, and say, what I want you to do more than anything in this world is to be confident, be unique, be you, and make your quirk work. Yes, I want you to make your quirk work, whatever those quirks are. Whether it's your sexual orientation, your penchant for something nerdy, maybe it's your desire to collect thumbnails or thumbtacks or whatever it might be, whatever it is you want. Collect thumbnails, that's kind of funny, but some people collect thumbnails of little tiny pictures. whatever it is, I want you to make your quirk work, and I want you to realize that, frankly, my dear, I'm gay, is just the first little platform of helping people step into who they're meant to be. So why am I going on this rant today? Because here's the deal. And here's where I want to ask the favor of you. Today, April 21st, and tomorrow, Friday, April 22nd, my book, Frankly, My Dear, I'm Gay, A Late Bloomer's Guide to Coming Out, is available on Amazon, Kindle version. It's the Kindle version for 99 cents. And I would love it if you would go buy it. I would love it if you would share this with someone. It's going to be up on the show page on the Coming Out Lounge. It's all over Facebook right now. Wherever it is, I would love for you to go share this podcast and the link to the book on Amazon. Because where we share, we help heal. I'm going to say that again. Where we share, we help heal. Now, I'm not just going to do this without you getting an idea what the book's about. In fact, I'm going to quit talking here in a moment. I'm actually going to splice into this conversation the introduction to the book that I recorded on Audible so that you can listen and you can kind of get a feel for what the book is about. And once you've listened to that, I hope you take it to heart. And I hope you take that 99 cents, that is a third of a Starbucks coffee. Take that 99 cents, which could be, yes, maybe you're not going to buy the little 99-cent value meal thing today at your favorite fast food restaurant. But take that 99 cents and buy the book. Take that time and share it with someone else and let them know that this book is available, because today or tomorrow, whoever you share that with, you could begin to heal. And the more we heal as a world population, the better we become as a planet. And at this point, I'm going to just go quiet, and I'm going to let you listen to the introduction of my book, Frankly, My Dear, I'm Gay. Frankly, My Dear, I'm Gay, A Late Bloomer's Guide to Coming Out. Before we get started, I just wanted to say thank you for purchasing this book, and thank you for stepping personally into your truth. Wherever you are in the coming out journey, it's always going to be about you and your truth. I also wanted to say this book is dedicated to my daughters Shelby and Riley, my wonderful husband George, and to the mother of my children. But it's also dedicated to all the people who have been forced by society to hide the truth of who they are by pretending to be someone they are not. Introduction. I'm a bottom. Wait, no, that's not true. I'm a bottom line type of guy. I'm also very transparent. Well, and I'm a parent as well. You see, I visited heterosexual land for 38 years, did the white picket fence thing with a wonderful woman, and no, the sex didn't gross me out, but it wasn't my preference. And then I got bitch slapped by a handsome British guy into my truth. The truth that I was a gay man. But we'll get more about that later. Now back to the part about me being transparent. I'm not going to blow smoke up your Andrew Christians or ruffle your Victoria's Secret panties either. You see, coming out late in life wasn't easy, fun, joyful, a cakewalk, or a mind-blowing orgasm. Well, actually it was all those things and then some. My experience was more like a drag queen, playing a straight guy who was really a gay guy, pretending not to be gay, all without the makeup or the costumes to make the illusion work for a long, long time. Precisely the reason it finally unraveled. It being my less than Oscar-winning performance of living the heterosexual life. Like many of you who are brave enough to have purchased this book, now make sure you have a good hiding place for it, or get the Kindle version, or keep listening to this audio version so that nobody can figure out what you're listening to. I couldn't really keep track of whether I was coming or going. I wasn't sure I'd covered my tracks, kept my stories in order, or even slipped up. Stress, worry, lying, pretending, and sleepless nights were all tightly packed into the Louis Vuitton bags of my life. Those bags had become so damn heavy, and there wasn't a hot bellboy in sight to help carry them. Well, there were a few bellboys, but I'm not one to kiss and tell. So why the hell am I sharing this with you? Because I want you to know that I feel your pain. I don't understand you because I can't fully understand you, your journey, or even your challenges. However, I do get a whole heck of a lot of what you're going through, and that's the gospel truth of why I wrote this book. I wanted to provide as many people as possible with a sassy, serious, lighthearted, yet heartfelt perspective and guide for coming out of the closet after being married. After being married and possibly with children, and attempting to live your own white picket fence societal dream. I'm determined to virtually hold your hand through this process as you bravely take a stand and utter those words for the first time. Frankly, my dear, I'm gay. Now, I want you to know you will survive, you will thrive, and you too will have a happy, peaceful, and productive life after closet dwelling, if you choose to do so. You just got to slip into your rainbow superhero cape, click your Dorothy heels, and start to trust, believe, and let go. Oh, and you got to finish reading this book, of course, starting with the next paragraph that explains from whence I came into this world to write this book. Now, unfortunately or fortunately, depending on how you look at it, wires got crossed. My D to the N to the A ended up being pre-wired with a penchant for Broadway shows, evenings engrossed verbally slapping down the designers of Project Runway, and of course, a deep admiration for furry-chested men with nether region packages stuffed tightly into Andrew Christian underwear. As much as my attention-starved inner diva, Lemonade Pop, which you'll get to know soon, would like to imagine that we were better than you, it just wasn't so. You see, our life began in our mother's frickin' womb just like you. It was a short-term 9-month lease, replete with heated swimming pool, dark meditation room, and of course, an umbilical cord featuring curbside-delivered meals on demand. Compared to the stresses of adulthood, Mama's mom cave was a cushy space to hang out while the divas of the universe and the big guy upstairs worked tirelessly on the construction zone that was me. Of course, they used Dad's little swimmers and Mom's egg to make that all happen. And they did their best to make me in the likeness of the parents' image that I was to become, except for one slight little flaw, but we'll get to that. Of course, 9 months passed, and in the blink of an eye, the years zoomed by. Before I knew it, I'm 38, Mom's 55, and about to experience labor pains again. Pains so severe even Dad will be begging for ice chips laced with bourbon. But I'm getting ahead of myself. For 9 months, 270 days, 388,880 minutes, Lemonade Pop, remember her, she's my alter ego diva, her and I hung out in Chateau de Mamacita, practicing water ballet and fabulously pre-designing my future life. Boyhood Tonka trucks, matchbook cars, and dirt bike racing with an occasional detour into Barbie dolls and easy bake ovens, all made for a damn good kickstart to life. What we didn't factor into our plans were, well, the early boyhood explorations of, is your pee-pee bigger than mine? And a confused, raging sex drive smitten with both genders. At least that's the line of bullshit I tried to sell myself, even though I leaned towards the gender that sported a penis. Along about the teenage years, Lemonade Pop and I tried and we tired of script writing my life the way we saw it. And we took a hiatus. Excess fogginess on the horizon of adulthood made it easy for us to dismiss the work of planning my future life. Or were we in denial? Yes, that was it. Denial with a capital D. A pattern that would become a fixture in my life for years to come. Now, some might blame the way I turned out on, too many high heel kicks in my own swimming pool inside of Mom, hitting my head and impersonating Fred Astaire dance moves in the gay divorce while squirming around in Mom's mom cave. Others would say it was due to the suffocating tightness of my mom's ever-tightening hot pants she insisted on wearing until I came full term. And then there's the theory that because my parents were groovy hippies who frequented Haight-Ashbury and Golden Gate Park, they might have inhaled just a little too much of that little green weed, thus screwing up my genes. As far as I know, they neither partook or inhaled, but I can't be for sure about that. And even if they had, there's no scientific proof that smoking pot screws up one's sexual orientation. I'm sure someone somewhere would love to make that correlation and use it as a means to rid the planet of us deviant homosexuals. But you know what? The fact is, with or without hallucinogens, I was destined to take a sexual orientation detour. Even in my mother's womb, I felt a rather magnetic pull towards doing and being what I desired, even if it meant saying no, no, no to others' expectations. Yuck! Conflict and confusion were already taking up permanent residence in my cerebral cortex before I even learned to say mama and dada. This sucked, and not in a pleasurable way I would come to enjoy many, many years later. Now the fact is, I was always and always would be a man marching to a different drummer. In fact, I had my own drum beat. Of course, the truth wouldn't come to light until my gay adolescent age of 38 to show just how different that drum beat was. But here's the bottom line. And damn it, you better listen up. During my development, an X chromosome met a Y chromosome that led to a uniquely non-hetero courtship, meaning one thing. I was destined to be gay. It had nothing to do with my fairy godfather visiting me in the womb, nor my desire to coquettishly announce, "I'm ready for my close-up, Mom and Pops," as I exited the birth canal, nor the slap on the ass from the hunky doctor who delivered me. At least I fantasized that Dr. McDreamy delivered me. Although I must admit that slap on the ass did awaken a yearning to play me master, you slave. But wait, I digress. I'm gay, and there's nothing that could change that. Heck, the moment I sprang to life, swaddled in baby blue blankie, I began cruising. No, not like the hooking up on Grindr, Scruff, or Growler, what's up cruising. I couldn't even get a non-urine-driven stiffy at that point in my life. Instead, I curiously cruised the little rug varmint next to me. That little bitch was styling a hot pink onesie with yellow butterflies. Damn, just 3 hours after slipping down the birth canal and she's already got a stylist working for her. Nice going, girl. Where was mine, Mom and Dad? I wanted a costume change like right then, right there. But alas, I would have to wait. Wait to learn the life lessons that patience is a virtue. Oh yeah, well screw that. Patience is for the birds. Darn it, I'm an impatient Leo with no tolerance for waiting. Why should I have to wait for my sexual orientation to catch up to my maturity? I wanted to be me, right then, right there. It seemed utterly insane at such a young age to watch my life turn into repeating tapes of someday. But yet, I would. You see, did I truly have to let go of my boyhood dreams, get lost in the abyss of manhood obligations, all those things such as mortgages and marriage and career and parenthood? Did I have to get lost in that abyss? The answer was yes. It was part of the master plan, a plan that would derail me from loving me and being myself, a plan that would kick my ass into learning the art of patience. It was a plan that would teach me the fine art of letting go and letting it flow. Okay, fine, whatever. I'll let it go. I'll let the plan be in play. All hell to the master plan. But it still stuck until it didn't, 38 years later. And there I was. 3 hours, 17 minutes, 24 seconds old. Me, a controlling, hungry Leo whose balls had not yet dropped, lacking the balls to say, "Damn it, listen up and listen now so no one gets hurt in the future. I'm gay." But instead, I relinquished full trust to the Father, Son, Holy Ghost, Mother Earth, Buddha, the universe, and the higher power into the principles of the secret that I would hold for 38 years. Yes, I chose to let my sexual orientation take its own course from that moment on. Now, to be perfectly clear, not that I have to make it clear to anyone, but myself, of course, my homosexual desires were not purely driven by my consuming fascination with Henry, my pet name for my penis. Yes, I call my penis Henry. Nor were, or are they, the mischievous doings of my, my diva essence lemonade pop. No, she had nothing to do with any of this, although pushing and prodding me to discover my fabulous sexual self was part of her doing. Instead, my voracious desire to be at peace with just me, without any damning judgments or need of others' approval, is what drove me to the delicious sweetness of self-acceptance, self-love, and embracing the beautiful gay man that I am. I stepped forward, Henry, my penis, and Lemonade Pop, my inner diva, bravely standing by my side, both of them standing by my side as I stepped forward, supporting my quest to live my truth. Funny how a penis, an alter ego diva, and my muddy conscience guided me to look deeply into my soul, examining a truth that has always been and always will reside within me. How do I know this to be true? Well, ironically, because I paused. I gave myself permission to question, go still, find my answers, let go, and free fall into the brave, bold, honest, raw truth of me, myself, and I. I finally grew weary of listening to my disastrobating thoughts, questioning, am I or am I not gay? Am I or am I not queer? Am I or am I not a queer gay man? The constant struggle and endless nights hoping for a miracle to wipe away the gay were absolutely futile. Rather than fight myself any longer, I finally went still. I let go, and I descended into the truth of who I'd always been. No more denying my sexual orientation. I was finished being a ringside observer, watching as others forced me to shred the rainbow-colored fabric of my truth into pieces. Deep within my soul, Sister Lemonade Pop cried one last apology. I'm sorry, but I am no longer responsible for making you feel comfortable with me by denying my gay self. No more apologies regarding my gay DNA. No how, no way. My sexual orientation is simply a part of me. Me, a powerful gay man with an alter ego diva who will kick your ass if you can't handle my truth. I'm a man who appreciates all people, regardless of gender, race, sexual orientation. I am. I'm a man whose truth emanates from the stirrings of his heart and head. Well, from both my heart and both my heads. The one above my shoulders and the one between my legs. I'm a sexual energy with simple, raw animal attraction to men, the male body, and the appendage we affectionately call penis, dick, schlong, erection, and of course in rare instances more than a mouth and handful. That's who I am, and that's how I roll. In my life and in the hay. For those of you of the lesbian varietal, I'm sure you two can identify. Nothing beats the tatas, the vajayjay, and the sweet surrender as you utter the words, she's my type of girl, and that's how you roll. So let's roll. Are we on the same page? If not, then you better catch up. Because you see, this book is about getting you on your own gay page, in your own gay way, in your gay sexuality. I want you to feel pulled towards the light of your truth in a loving, amusing, and heartfelt way. I wrote these words to inspire you to bravely grasp the handle of your closet door, twist it open with unbridled confidence, and cast fears and shame to the wind as you declare in the light of your rainbow, frankly, my dear, I'm gay. Damn it, it's not just my mere musings about womb water ballets, treks through the birth canal with a diva in tow, or holding lovely male appendages in my hands, or a 38-year detour of playing with tatas. Truth be told, there's a powerful purpose from whence this story emanated. I'm challenging you to trust, have faith, and be open to taking the vulnerable detour of finding yourself, whether you want to or not. Of course, I encourage you to take a lighthearted sense of sensibility on your journey. Don't make fun of your journey. That's insulting to the universe from whence you came. Simply realize that humor and love are the kick-ass elixirs that will prepare you to stand bravely in front of those you love. Parents, a spouse, a child, your friends, your coworkers, and say with a rainbow-colored brave heart, I'm gay. Swan diving into the heart of your homosexual journey, one question you may want to explore is, did the 9-month lease in your mama's womb, perfecting your own version of a water ballet, or dreaming of being a girl on a Harley lead you to gasp, I'm gay? An even more ludicrous question would be, could they have tested for gayness during the ultrasound and prevented gayness somehow? Neither of these ridiculous questions hold a candle to the most important question you'll pose to yourself. It doesn't matter if you're 15, 30, 55, or 80. The question remains the same. Why do you believe and know that you're gay? No amount of wicked humor, blaming tweaked DNA, or magical insights from the whimsical fairy godmothers and godfathers confirming your sexual orientation will replace the deep serenity of knowing your spiritual soul. In the depths of your soul is where the raw truth of your inner diva or butch voice lies. It's where your life is taking you. Trust me, the deep soulful place is what gives you the brave, bold insight and kick in the butt you'll need to proudly declare, when you're ready, frankly, my dear, I'm gay to whomever you need to in your life. However, let's call a spade, shall we? From the wisdom of those who've traveled before you, listen as they share about the detours lurking just past the snipping of your coming out umbilical cord. Trust their stories about the chills and the challenges that await you on the outskirts of the post-birth heat lamp, ready to throw you off course of being your most authentic gay self. Yet, calm down and be not afraid. There's no need to get your Calvins and Vicky's secrets in a bunch. Ain't nothing that lies ahead in your forthcoming gay life that a little Cosmo can't cure. Provided you're of drinking age, of course. Otherwise, Godiva chocolates work just as powerfully as a Cosmo to heal the scars of others crying in dismay, frankly, my dear, you can't be gay. And I'm curious, have you accepted you? Have you accepted who you are? The purest essence of you without any stressful guilt and shame? If not, for the sake of yourself and for your sanity, it's time to take a stand. Shed the rose-colored glasses that taint your view and that are really the greatest of fashion statements. Just cast them aside. Because you see here, brothers and sisters, there's a beautiful art in seeing thine own self, in thine own truth. Find your butchest, most diva-esque, ever-loving voice and your deepest truth. Ignite your brave, bold, raw fire within and declare, frankly, my dear, I'm gay. Now let's have a Cosmo and a little chocolate and get started unraveling the truth of who you are meant to be. Can I get an amen? Hey, so there you have it. That's the introduction to the book, and I hope you enjoyed it. I tried to make it really fun and lighthearted, but there's a lot of seriousness that comes in the book, and there's exercises and things to help you as you're going through this. And even if you're not someone who's coming out, I'd love to have you just listen to it and see what you take from that, okay? So that's it. I'd love to have you share this and just see what you can do. See what you can do to help heal the planet today. That's it. I appreciate you guys listening to this quick little introduction to the book, and I hope you have a really great day. Thanks for listening.